Your custom shower enclosure begins as a pattern from which the mold is made. The tool maker uses your exact specs when building the pattern. Or if you're using one of our standard design products, you can be certain that it is made with the same attention to details. Every step is double-checked. No detail is left to chance. The completed mold is waxed and prepped before the first layers are applied. The mold must be spotless and completely defect-free. You can see the results in the final product. Quality testing is performed at every stage of manufacturing. Gel coat is applied over the waxed mold. We know exactly how many pounds are applied to each individual unit. Too much or too little gel coat will affect the look and performance of the finished product. You can get as close as you want to inspect the finish. Keen attention to detail is given to all steps of the manufacturing process. From here, the mold with its gel coat has the barrier coat applied to it by hand because it requires the experience and judgment of a craftsman. The barrier coat keeps the foundation materials from affecting that wonderful shine you see in our final products. Right now, the enclosure is very fragile, but that's about to change. This is how the first layer of skin is applied over the barrier layer. Once again by hand, carefully, evenly, in just the correct way. The glass fibers come from these large rolls. They're chopped and mixed with resin, all at the same time. Millions and millions of tiny, strong glass fibers embedded in polyester resin are applied in a random pattern by hand. The round corners and small bends are now hand compacted so that every inch of the skin is bonded to the barrier. This process is performed on every unit. The variety of rollers and tools used here are designed to make the glass and resin bond to the bends. No bubbles, no separation, no surprises. We have designed strengthening panels that are bonded to the enclosure. These panels make our products incredibly rigid. The key points are then covered again with more fiberglass and resin, all hand-rolled a second time for the same reason. There is no better way. After the enclosure passes this step, it is set aside to cure. Curing is uniform and complete. There's no guesswork. Now comes a very interesting process: how to separate the mold from the fiberglass without scratching or damaging the product. Air is injected between the mold and the unit. Because the mold was waxed and is so smooth, the air gently expands the enclosure, and presto, the sections separate. The people in the trim booth smooth and true all of the dimensions. When your installer works with the unit, he can count on the dimensions to be exactly what you ordered. Not a quarter under or an eighth over. Every unit meets spec. It's more handcrafting. And if you're purchasing our tubs, you will appreciate that every one of them is given the same quality control. They are leveled perfectly. The base is rigid and supports the frame. The tubs are buffed and finished to that smooth surface that feels so nice on the skin. Accenting comes next. This is where the creative process takes place. We'll work with you to manufacture a custom product. The sky is the limit. The beauty and design of our products will outfit any bathroom with style and class. All multi-piece units are pre-assembled and checked here at the factory. The only surprise we want you to have is how easy the install goes and how good the final product looks. Of course, the choice of the water temperature and soap are up to your clients. Now all units 1.25 inches or less are self-leveling. A tube or tube industrial adhesive, and the basin is secure for the life of the building. Our tubs also have their special construction techniques. We can make your tub an air jet or water jet only, or we can combine the two. Our tubs are designed so that there is no standing or gray water left in them. We custom bend all the piping to make sure that's the case. We water test each unit for half an hour. Walk-in tubs are also fabricated in our plant and given the same quality assurance as the rest of our line. If you've ordered handrails installed here at the factory, this is how it's done. We use jigs to ensure that every unit meets your requirements. Here's the specification sheet that is attached to each unit so that our crew knows precisely what you ordered. It's even signed off by your architect or general contractor. Everything can be installed so that all your installers do is hook up the plumbing. The time required at your job site is dramatically reduced, and the job is done right the first time. Your units are professionally packaged. Residential units are packaged for easy handling, delivered to your site on time and on budget. The perfect product for your applications. There's none better.